What is going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for another video. Hope you guys are doing really well. This weekend we take on Barnsley at Carrow Road. We're trying to bounce back from that pretty dull draw last weekend against Blackburn Rovers. Of course, we're still under Alan Irvine. Not much has changed since then. Although Aitor Karanka has just been sacked from Middlesbrough. Could he be the next Norwich City manager? I'm sure we'll be making some content on that in the next few days. But anyway, just thought I'd drop in with you guys to do my predicted 11 basically ahead of this week's game against Barnsley. So let's get straight into it then. In goal, I'm going to stick with John Ruddy, and I'm going to stick to my guns because I genuinely think John Ruddy is a better goalkeeper than Michael McGovern. I'm convinced that Ruddy would have saved one of them shots, especially the header from Lucas João against Blackburn. I just think Ruddy's the better keeper. I think he's got more of a presence than Michael McGovern, and I think he leads his defence better. Despite that, neither goalkeeper have hardly had the most prolific seasons. So, look, if McGovern's in goal, I'm certainly not going to lose sleep over it. In at left-back, I'm going to go with the man who can play in literally any position. It is Stevie Witts. Rhythm is a dancer. Whittaker is the dancer. Look, Mitchell Dykes is out for 3 games with that red card suspension, so Whittaker's the only real choice we can put in there. And to be honest, when Whittaker's filled in this season, he hasn't been too bad at all. So Whittaker goes in there. The defensive partnership, I'm going to change again. I'm going to go with Tim Close next to Russell Martin. For me, Ryan Bennett isn't a good enough centre-back in this league. I would sell him if I was Norwich City. Tim Close I'd bring back in, although if you haven't already seen it, go and check out my website. I released an article this morning. I've been speaking to Swiss press over the last few days, and they understand that he has already started talks with FC Basel over a move back there. Of course, he was the player who came through the under-21 ranks at Basel, loves his home country, and apparently a move back to Switzerland is fairly certain, or at least a move away from Norwich, because Norwich have said to Close that he needs to find another club. But still, I think Close is our best centre-back. I'd put him in there. In at right-back, the man, the myth, the legend, Ivor Pinto. No qualms about that whatsoever. In terms of the midfield pairing, I'm going to change it once again. I'm going to drop Tete out. I'm going to put Howson in there because he is a Rolls Royce of a midfielder. And I'm going to put him next to Ben Godfrey. For me, Alex Tete, not good enough in this league. Get rid. Nice guy, but he's just not got it. His passing is poor. His mobility is not there anymore. He's hardly cutting play out like he used to, and he's just not the player he once was. So for me, get rid of Tete. Let's start bringing the youth through now. Let's get Ben Godfrey in there, and let's see how he performs in a championship game. In on the left wing, I'm going to go with Alex Pritchard, a man I really do hope we keep. And a man I hope we keep because he's just a really good player, and I've been so surprised that he hasn't had as much game time as he probably should have done this season. Look, when he's played, he's been brilliant. He scored a few goals for us in the Cup, in the league. He's had assists, set-piece master, and he hasn't been playing, which is very odd. In terms of Naismith, I'd drop him out. I think he's going to be leaving in the summer. Another one of them players, a high earner who needs to try and get off the wage bill, really. So Pritchard goes in there for me. In the middle, I'm going to bring Wes in, and out on the right-hand side, for me, it's going to be Jacob Murphy. Been really impressed with Murphy this season. I think it's been his kind of breakthrough season. It was an important one for him. I said at the start of the season that if he doesn't make it this season, then it's going to be very tough for him to break through because, he's had a few seasons where he's been in and around the first team. The same with Josh. But this season he's really come into his own and almost overtaken his brother, who was once rated the better of the twins. And then up front, I'm going to go with Cameron Jerome. He's been in a fine goal-scoring run of form recently. I think he's the 5th or the 6th highest goal scorer in the Championship this season. And considering Nelson Oliveira was the man who was scoring the goals for a long period of time, Jerome has done very well, especially over these last sort of 10 games where Oliveira has been injured, and Jerome's came in and done a really fantastic job. So that's the team I'm going to go for. I'm going to bring Godfrey in. I'm going to bring Close in. Stevie Witts goes in at left back. Pritchard starts again. Let's hope he's not substituted off for some stupid red card. Jerome is in there. Going to leave Wes in there. In terms of Madison, I'd love to see him. So bring him on after 70 minutes, 60 minutes for Wes. Really love to see what he's got to offer. And yeah, at the end of the day, we should be beating Barnsley at home. Barnsley are currently 11th place. I think they're 4 points behind us in the table. So yeah, at the end of the day, we should be beating them. But we've got to turn up. For now, from now until the end of the season, it's all about finding a new manager, playing the players that we think will be here next season, and just going forwards as a team, basically. It's just a prolonged pre-season, basically. So a massive thank you to you guys for watching this episode. A big thank you to Fritz Bits for sponsoring all match preview content here on Talk Norwich City. I will see you very, very soon. And for now, peace out.
Once upon a time, a fairy tale like